quicker for me to reload than anything else. Ah, I overshot. Well, I kind of slid off, then overshot. It's a speed booster. Oh yeah. Didn't remember what they looked like. Wee bit irritating. Also, I may have actually gotten healed by grabbing the stat point, the endurance booster. Well, the endurance thing up. I don't remember. Also, as you may notice, this is going down in power. What I can do about that, though?
Can somebody let me out? I can't find my card. Please, let me out of here.
You know, he's not very panicked, all things considered. And here's 20 nanites. Okay. There's the first enemy in the game. And there's a lot in here. And they constantly respawn. You can you could farm this place, but I don't think there's really much need unless you're really low on nanites and really need supplies.
Well done. I'm uploading some more modules.
Sadly, you can never close this door again once it's open. Shit in here can get kind of dangerous. And one of them just saw me. Ooh, pipe. You get on research object. Okay, now. Need to get used to the flow to the combat. Because I kind of just bounced into that enemy. And didn't really go well, did it? I just kind of bounced off him. And yes, I'm slightly healing myself via soda. You know, I must be in the most health ever, considering I pretty much just live off the stuff. I'm not exaggerating, I used to drink a lot of tea when I was younger, now I just pretty much live off cola. Okay, now this is a container you can hack, but if memory serves, you require level 3 to do so. I do like this funky music though, and hopefully the audio balance is fine. One thing I noticed with the game was that my audio level was fine. I was a bit above the in-game sound. I didn't go too far in, I just did the tutorials and whatnot. I did think I could get away with lowering the music a little. Just like... Okay, it's got certain like nodes it goes to. So I can't just, like, I want it basically in between the two, but I can't do that. And also, it's like the heading is below the line. It really throws you off. But the one issue with lowering it is the music in the game is too low. I would want it higher, but this is as high as it goes. Because when the music in game isn't loud enough, as you will have heard already, possibly sometimes my headset, like I've listened to videos before on my headset than on my iPad downstairs, and they sound different. I hear more of a wind sound in like on my headset than downstairs on the iPad. Maybe it's the iPad acting up, but it didn't have it in it, and this did. But yeah, basically, if I lower this to as is, you're hearing the wind sound. If I lower it any further, it might get worse. But at the same time, I'm feeling that the sound effects of, you know, the weapons firing, and whatnot, may be too loud. I'm heard over them, but I'm worried that the meteor ones might be too loud, because I was only testing with pistols, and an enemy a bit away exploding. So, here's hoping this jazzy music isn't too much.
Why is it that no one listens to me?
really, really bad stuff. The Xerxes system basically controls security for the entire ship. Also, maintenance droid is here. You can see it in there. It is Burley. Also, you can see weapons far along the walls. Sup, fucker. Way ahead of you. I even knew he was there, but he still fucking creeps me out. And yeah, it requires a research skill of 1. So, how's it hanging? So, come here often? Okay, sport. Just hang out, okay? Sorry, that was terrible.
I got called up around 0430 to help unload the shuttle coming back from Tau City. Kerenskin was there alone. Jesus, what the hell happened to him? He'd lost most of his hair, and you could see these lumps on the side of his neck. And that smell. I told him he should go see Dr. Watts, but he told me to mind my own business. Blah-dee-da.
Just bitching left, right, and center. Then again, if a guy goes down to a planet, comes back missing most of his hair. Sci-hypo, no interest. Sorry, when jazzy music kicks in, I assume an enemy's here. Because, you know, normally the combat music in games is jazzy, but this is just default random music. Fucking ladders. Christ. But, you know, a guy losing his hair, apparently reeking, and having weird lumps, that is cause for concern. You know, if he's going to a new fucking planet. Don't know how established the other thing was. Also, remember Citadel? How's that relevant? Also, there's Xerxes, one of his things. I wonder how many bitcoins you can mine with him. Oh, just out of curiosity. Totally not gonna upload that to his servers. He said, lying his fucking ass off.
That insipid computer Xerxes has shut down the elevator as well. You can transfer power to the engine core on deck 1, which will get the elevator up and running again. But you can't use the elevator to get down there. Wait. There's some kind of maintenance access right on this hallway. You can use it to reach deck 1. However, it's locked, and Xerxes is hiding the passcode from me. Dr. Watts should have the code. He's probably in the crew subsection. Grassi has the key to get in there, but he's in the medical subsection, probably near the biopsy lab. Now get to the medical subsection and find Grassi.
Okay, sorry for all that conflicting sound going on there, but I just want to find a good corner because I did get ambushed here before, and my god, it freaked me out. With this music, I question how well I could hear an enemy appearing. So, this stuff is insanely expensive as is. 100 for 12 bullets? New. And by hacking you do make the options better. Ah, I've 3. Basically I won't be buying from there until I get that hack level. Let's reopen that up so we can, because I had difficulty following that.
I've been unable to get in touch with Delacroix. This place is falling apart. Members of my team keep disappearing. The leaks in the venting shaft shorted out the primary access channel.
Huh.
We'll all be on auxiliary power until we can get it back up. That means all the lifts are out. Marie, where the hell are you?
Okay. There, you heard some beeping around the corner back there. It was a camera. And I'm gonna save. I'm not gonna actually record for much longer as it's now 4:30 and I've been recording for an hour, I think. cameras are nasty cunts. Basically. Okay, there. Basically, they can summon in enemies. And with considering the limitation of supply.
Xerxes has control of the ship's security system. Avoid or destroy any security cameras you see. You can hack security computers to power down the cameras too, if you're good enough. But don't botch the job, or you'll set off the alarm yourself. Your corpse is useless to me.
Aren't you fucking friendly? Oh wait, there's a turret down there. I can't go down further for the moment. I need armor-piercing rounds, otherwise I'm just going to waste a ton of them. With this music, I keep expecting an enemy, but there isn't any. For the there we go. Oh, oh, you quick swinging bastard! Heal. There's armor piercing, but I need to hold on to that. There's a reason for it, why we're getting it here. See that there? Yeah, that's the... Or maybe it's not that. Let's save. Let's edge forward. Yeah, it's not that. But there's basically something down here. It's actually a turret. I just remember what it looks like. It's a little hard for me to know where to hide then. Okay, also... Okay, F changes type. It also does reload you to full when you change. You also can't sell items.
This is Xerxes. Remember, the unauthorized usage of firearms aboard the Von crew is a Class 3 infraction.
Ow. You know what? I'm gonna drink some vodka. That does actually reduce your psi abilities, but... Ow. I was hoping for the game doesn't notice you leaning. Okay, basically the canister next to this is an explosive. I'm safe scumming. You're gonna see this a lot. And there. But yeah, you're gonna see safe scumming a lot.
This is Xerxes. Remember, the unauthorized usage of firearms aboard the Von crew is a Class 3 infraction.
I was when you saying infraction before you said infraction. I was honestly waiting for him to say felony, because that's what you'd expect, you know, unauthorized use of firearms to be. I don't know why that's, or maybe it's not what I would expect from that. Maybe it's just from the phrasing. It's a class 3 felony. Just that's what I expect. And I start hearing, you know, classes of stuff. Just because I'm not actually into law. I don't know that shit. Oh, thank God. Christ. Stand up. Standard bullets. Standard bullets. Nice. Nice. Powers shit up. Meaning this is back. Well, it's actually overcharged now. It's on 119. Presume it was on 120, but then lost the point. he just went directly to 119. I'm not sure. But good. Doesn't have any effect on your gameplay beyond the loss of psi, so I have no problem using that. If it was to distort your vision or anything, then I wouldn't be. But since it doesn't, who cares? Let's swing into here.
Each deck has a chemical storeroom where you can find the resources you need to research the artifacts you'll find around the ship. Don't try to carry around all the chemicals at once. It's impractical and unnecessary. Your research software will tell you what chemicals it needs and when.
Also, as this is a sci-fi horror game, well, this is a horror game with the concept of lighting. There is going to be flickering lights. I'm going to say it here. If you have epilepsy, epilepsy or anything like that, I don't know the exact thing, like the exact degree it requires you to trigger a fit. I don't know, or is it fits? I actually can't remember. I just know that flashing lights is a terrible thing for people with epilepsy, and as such, I'm just saying you may not want to watch. If you'll be fine, like basically, just heads up, there will be flashing lights. Maybe you don't want to see it. You know, if you're like, it basically the things in your hands. I'm humming and hawing. I'm kind of flustering with my words here because I'm like, I have no idea about this, and I'm like trying to talk about it, and I'm not just saying it without really thinking about what I'm saying. Like I can bullshit and then realize only later, you know what? I was talking completely out my ass. But right now I'm acknowledging what I'm actually trying to say, and so I can't. But yeah, basically, like I'll leave it up to you. There is flashing lights. I just be careful. If you want, I wouldn't keep watching, but I'll presume you know your ailment better than I do. I certainly hope you do. You do. I certainly hope you do. So there is flickering lights. I'm not sure. Like you saw a bit there. I would imagine they get worse than that, but I can't remember. Can't promise to put warnings on these videos, mainly because by the time I get around to putting warnings on them, it's gonna be by the time I get around to dealing with this stuff, it's gonna be a long time later. I suppose I could do it after I'm done the set, if I remember. But yeah, basically it's just from this, I'm just worried I'll forget, basically. And you'll stumble into an episode that I didn't mark, basically. So, use your own discretion. If you don't watch this series, I won't hold it against you. Your health is the important thing. No point you dying over watching someone's Let's Play. Like I said, I don't know the ins and outs and whatnot. Ooh, nice. I don't know the ins and outs of, I don't know the details of the ailment. So maybe, the flickering lights that are in the game mightn't actually be enough to trigger it, or they might. So like I'm saying, just I'll leave it up to you. Just know that there is going to be flickering lights in this to one degree or another. That's just the crux of what I'm trying to say. And I just feel awkward because I'm talking about something I really don't know too much about. Okay, so they're just saying okay. So yeah, they're just talking about some rules and the exact quantity of what's here. Some later on